interviewing. That is something that I kind of take for granted now, but was very nerve-wracking at first when I did it. Like I said before, being clear is important. Being clear that you are interviewing someone, especially when you cold call them, or like often we'll be doing like a story about like a snowstorm before Thanksgiving, and I went up to people at the supermarket, and it's just sleeting on me, and I'm like, so are you getting stuff for Thanksgiving? Did the storm change your plans? And everyone was like, oh yeah, all this stuff. And then I'd be like, and what's your name? And they would be like, oh, I don't want to be in the newspaper. And so that was like, didn't work out very well. But sometimes, if I had just walked up to people and said, hey, I'm doing an article, like, do you mind being in it? I have to use your name. People would just say no, and I could just walk away. So it's better to be clear about it, but sometimes you also have to finesse with people and like not scare them off at first and be personable and stuff like that. But I don't think you're gaining anything by like tricking someone into talking to you, because it will backfire, and not probably. Sometimes people who are talking, if they think they're off the record or they think you're not using their name, will say all these things that maybe aren't able to be backed up and stuff like that. And certainly I wouldn't use something someone said about, I don't know, like a hot issue if they were too afraid to have their name in the paper. Generally, I mean, sometimes there are other things, but I don't do this a ton, but I cover a lot of stories that people know why I'm writing that story. But if you're writing a story, sometimes it will put people at ease when you call them up to just tell them what your story is going to be like. Like, I'm writing a story about, the way that Bay State is changing or something like that, and kind of explain it a little bit. That can make them feel like they know what you're talking about, and also it helps to let them know they're not going to be the only person in the story, because sometimes people will be like not comfortable with being in the story if they think they're going to be the only one.